So unit rate. Again, a rate for 1 unit of a quantity. So it might be per pop, it might be per ounce. When you go with your parents to the gas station, they pay for gas by the gallon. So units are going to be different. There's not a set standard unit. So we are going to calculate the unit rate to decide which bottle of shampoo is a better buy. One is going to be better than the other. So let's write a rate, not a unit rate, but just a regular rate, and that's going to tell us what something costs. So for my large bottle, and if I write it, you write it, but you don't have to draw the shampoo bottle. For my large bottle, it costs, you'll see it at the bottom, $6.19. And that is for 16 ounces. My small bottle is $3.99, and that is for 13.5 ounces. And I got the information that I needed from the pictures, and those kind of represent like your tags at the grocery store. So I have written a rate. Now this is not a unit rate. A unit rate is one something. Well, this is 16 ounces or 13.5 ounces. To find a unit rate, my step is to always divide by the bottom. Always. That is always my step. Divide by the bottom. Okay, so $6.19 divided by, my bottom number is 16. So I can put that in my calculator. Now what it gives me is a decimal, a really long decimal. Now this is money. Is money allowed to have 6 decimal places? How many decimal places do you have in money? You always just have 2. That's good. So I'm going to look at the third digit. That's going to tell me, do I round that or not? So the third digit is a 6. So is this going to be 38 cents or 39 cents? It's going to be 39 cents. 39 cents, and 16 divided by 16 is 1. So the large bottle, I pay 39 cents per ounce. So that is a unit rate because it has that denominator of 1. This part is just a rate. It compares the price to the number of ounces. What else compares that we've been recently talking about? Does a ratio compare? Does a fraction compare? Yeah, so fractions compare, ratios compare, rates and unit rates also compare. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to divide by the bottom on my small bottle. So I'm going to divide by 13.5. And I kind of had to write that little because I'm running out of room. I know my bottom is going to be 1 ounce because that's why I divided by 13.5. So 3.99 divided by 13.5 gives me a long decimal again, 0.29 and a repeating 5. So is that going to stay 29 cents or round up to 30? It's going to round up. Starting at 5 is when it rounds up. So you get more shampoo in the large bottle, but is it a better buy? No, because you're paying 9 more cents per ounce. So you do get more shampoo, but it is not a better buy. So let me recap. We wrote a rate in order to find a unit rate. And a unit rate lets us compare 1 ounce or 1 unit of something. And we divided by the bottom, always, that's always the rule, to convert the rate into a unit rate. Now, why did I put ounces on the bottom instead of dollars? Money is not exactly a unit. I did not want to find the amount of ounces per dollar or per cent. I wanted to calculate per ounce. Ounces is a unit. Money is a currency. It's not exactly a unit. Okay, let's look at another. So number 2. 210 heartbeats in 3 minutes. So we're going to calculate a unit rate to figure out how many beats per minute. So if I want to know how many beats per minute, which one's going to go on the bottom and be my unit? The 3, you're right, per minute. So if I want to know per minute, that's my unit. That's 1 minute. So I'm going to write a rate. That's the first thing I'm going to do. A rate looks like a what? It looks like a fraction. 210 beats over 3 minutes. So that's my rate. That is just a regular rate. It compares the number of heartbeats to the number of minutes. Now, in order to turn this into a unit rate, what do I do? I'm going to divide by which one? By the bottom. Always the bottom. That's going to give me 3 divided by 3 is 1 minute. That's my unit part, per minute. So 210 divided by 3 means there are 70 beats in 1 minute. That is my unit rate. So would you call a rate and a unit rate equivalent? They are equivalent. Why are they equivalent? What were you going to say? They are the same. They don't look the same, but I divided the top and the bottom. I divided both of those by 3 to get my unit rate. So they are the same. So my rate and my unit rate are equivalent. They both compare, but they are equivalent. Okay, what about number 3? A package of cheddar cheese contains 15 servings, has 147 grams of fat. The question is, find the unit rate of fat per serving. Okay, this part's really important and I want you to underline it. Do you see how it says fat per serving? What that means is fat per is your division line, serving. So that's how I'm going to write that. Find a unit rate of fat per serving. So that per is in reference to that division line. So my fat, even though it was written second, is going to actually be on the top because they're asking me to calculate per serving. So how many grams of fat was there? There was 147, and I'm going to put G for grams. And there were 15 servings. So that is my rate. That is not a unit rate, but just a regular rate. I'm going to divide this by what? Always by what's on the bottom. Very good. Now, I already know that's going to give me 1 serving. 15 divided by 15 gives me 1. That was the purpose in my division. So I can check on my calculator if I don't want to divide it out on my own. And I get 9.8 grams. So I found the unit rate of fat per serving. And that 1 in the denominator. 1 rate. That's what gives me the unit rate instead of the rate. Okay, so there is a second part to this if it's less than 1 serving, but we're not going to do that today. This is the part I wanted to talk about today, and I only have very few problems for you to work on because what did I say the primary concern for today was? Yes,